What's up, guys? I've had a rough week in the markets. It's been tricky for me. I think I'm just tired from the move and just trying to get my life back together in this new house. But today was decent. I got one move. I missed the move that I actually wanted on something, but we can just power through it really quickly. So the SPY today was super choppy. We had this in the morning, then we got this chop session. This level here that it was kind of consolidating under is a level off of the daily or weekly chart. I'll pull that up for you really quick in just a minute. But it really struggled there and it kept pushing down. And I was like, man, I really thought we would struggle to break this level and maybe we would come back down here because there were quite a few bids stacked like in this area on the L2. So I was kind of thinking like we might at least come down here, or at least, maybe to the bottom of this here. But eventually, it broke that and was able to hold. We even got like a retest of it here and then, continue to push up. I do have this level marked here that I'm interested in seeing if it will hold or show resistance at. But here is the level that I was looking at. So this morning, the one that we were struggling to break is the very, very tip of this candle right here, right? So we were pushing up, pulled back before this move up, and that is just the very tip of that. So the next part of resistance that I have is this right here, which I actually like better because it is touching, more of these candles. But I thought, if we couldn't break through the bottom of this one right here in the middle, that we might get a move to the downside. But it's just been slowly grinding up towards this next one. So we'll have to see what happens. Tomorrow might be interesting around there. But, and especially if you're looking at the SPY, we've got this volume on this candle yesterday, which is pretty interesting. I don't know, interesting time in the markets. But anyways, so we'll go through what I traded and then what I wanted to trade. So I took PTON today, and we've got this sell-off that's been happening, and the only range that it really has on this chart, aside from maybe stuff up here, is down here in this area. So I was at one point playing the top of this, and now we're at the bottom of it. So I'm definitely interested in the bottom area. A lot of stuff wasn't really setting up how I loved it. With the way that I can't find words. I didn't love a lot of stuff this morning. Not a lot of it was setting up how I wanted it to. So here's that level on the weekly chart. But what I saw and was thinking was, if I take this over to the daily, you can kind of see this, right? So I'm looking at, maybe this is something. So I'm looking at the daily chart and I see kind of like this area held, and then, we broke below it and now we're pushing up into it again. And if I take it over to the 60-minute chart, you can definitely see at that level all the times recently in the past few days that it just couldn't break that, and it couldn't hold. So each time we pushed up to it, it sold off. Even right here, right? We get this huge sell off here. So today I was thinking, maybe we'll push below this again, and maybe today is the day that we get a move to the bottom or something. I know that we bounced off it yesterday. We've only had one test so far of the lower end wow, of that weekly range. So I'm thinking, maybe we'll try to test it again. I guess today wasn't the day, because also if you look at the R-Vol on this, it's 24%. It's total trash. But some days, as long as I'm playing these higher time frame levels, I don't care about R-Vol that much. I'll usually get some sort of a move, but I won't get the move, which is unfortunate. So I did get some sort of a move. I'll zoom into a smaller time frame chart here. I did get some sort of a move, but I didn't get the move. So I really wanted to play it at least to the bottom of this. That was kind of where I was attempting at minimum. But so if I take it over to the 2-minute chart, you can see, or maybe, yeah, we'll just put it on the 5. You can see here that, so this is R4 and this is R3. I just drew them really quickly so I don't have to switch between my charts. But you can see that here's that level on the daily, and it pushes up through it, and then we get up to R4 and we stall and we start to reject, and there wasn't a lot going on to the top side on the ask. So I was immediately thinking we'll at least get maybe some sort of a pullback. And the market at the time, saw, it seemed like it was struggling at that level that I mentioned this morning, or earlier in the video. So it did sell off. We came down to R3 for a pop, and when we popped off of R3 and held VWAP, I took a partial here, and then I just set my stop at break even, and then I went and did some other things with my day, and unfortunately I got stopped out right before it came back down. So yeah, definitely didn't get the move that I was expecting on this, and also now we're just kind of like forming a triangle here. So eventually I'm sure it'll break one way or the other, but today is not the day. But we got to move, and that's all that matters. And the one that I really want to play was SQ. I was really bummed about this. So my level is down here, this yellow line. And if I take it to, is it the daily? Yeah. So on the daily, we have this beautiful range, right? So right here, we've got this range with these like little false breakouts. And it's playing within this range. And this morning, we're right at the bottom of it. So I thought, if the SPY was strong, we would get a push up to at least the midline, which is this dotted line right here. And it definitely made it there. And if we were really strong, maybe we would even go to the top of it, but that would be more than an ATR for the day. So yeah, I wanted to see it hold and then take it for a long. And if I go to the 2-minute chart, look how choppy this is. So in the morning, it came down, it went to this level, and it shot up really fast. And I was like, oh, I totally missed it. And then, it came back down and it hung out, and it gave me another retest of this and just hung out. But the SPY was just like this, and I just didn't have any confidence that this would go up. And I thought, if the SPY shoots down, it might take SQ with it off of this level. So I was just kind of waiting. And then I started to focus on something else, and, eventually it broke this sort of intraday range and made this great move to the top side. So that was, unfortunate to have missed that, because it's really the only one that really set up how I wanted to set up, but I didn't like the price action on it. It was very difficult to read. It was just so choppy. I mean, look at this, it's crazy. But anyways, so yeah, quiet day for the most part today. It's a quiet week. It's been a wild week in the market. So I haven't taken like a ton of trades, and I actually broke some rules earlier this week that I'm not proud of. So just trying to keep it cool today, keep it calm and not go too crazy. But anyways, hope you guys had a good day in the market, and I will catch you later. Peace.